Welcome, welcome, welcome. Your saltwater guide, Captain Dave Hansen, with the Saturday morning fish report, fish count. Call in, let me know what you found, what you caught. It's participation Saturday. You can call in, let us know how your fishing was this week, what's going on, all that different stuff. And hold on one second, I'll put in here. And then we're going to talk to Justin and Joey, who were out fishing last night. And that's kind of how the show will roll along. We'll be talking to those two boys. And Joey brought his family out on Justin's boat last night, had a phenomenal trip. I don't know if anybody watched the live show last night or not, but it was pretty spectacular watching Joey interact with his wife and his children out on the boat with Justin. It was just a phenomenal night of hoop netting inside Long Beach, LA Harbor. And really, it was the best night Justin's had inside the harbor so far this year. So if you missed it, I am sorry about that, but it is live right now on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. You can go check it out. Speaking of the devil, here he is. Justin, welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning, everyone.
We have a guest celebrity appearance. Joey, you're on live.
Hey, everybody. How are we? How are you, Dave?
I'm doing great. What a phenomenal night you two had last night. The best night of the year inside Long Beach Harbor for Justin. Maybe the switch has been turned.
It was fantastic. Kids had a fantastic time. Wife got to see the octopus that she's always wanted to see. It was truly a night to remember for sure.
I don't know if you're watching right now, Joey, but I got a picture of your daughter, your baby, the big lobster, you up on the screen right now.
It was that biggest lobster I've ever seen, and it's mind blowing when Justin and everybody tells me that they get to 18 pounds. That is just wild information.
Yeah, it is. But what a fun night, right? I mean, you gave the family a little taste of it with Pablo a month ago, but last night you guys turned it up to a whole different level, huh?
It was awesome. They light up every time the net comes up and there's anything in it. We try to make it exciting when we catch water too. So it's they really love it. I hope that they keep the itch forever because they clearly have it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Justin, how cool was it having those kids on the boat?
It was really cool. They're so much fun.
They really enjoyed themselves. Gosh, it was so fun. And they were in it almost the whole time. I know finally they fell asleep towards the end, but my goodness, they were involved the whole time. That was so fun to watch.
They weren't asleep. They found some foldable chairs that Justin had tucked away. And they had propped the chairs up in the opening of his doorway, and they were just sitting there watching from inside the cabin.
Oh, okay. Because I didn't see them, so I didn't know. I thought they went down and went to sleep. Okay. Well, how cool?
No, sir. Their eyes were still glued to the nets.
And then
there was no sleep for them. They didn't sleep the whole time.
Isn't that amazing? We can't.
They were 100 miles, and it was pretty cool. Huh?
Isn't that amazing? We can't even get Deckhand Ryland to stay awake that long.
I know, right?
Right?
So true.
I'd like to think they got into some Anthony's coffee or something, but.
So, Justin.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's always fun when kids are out on the boat. It's always a lot of fun because they love everything that comes up in the net. Doesn't matter what it is. Even the snails. They were checking out the snails, the crabs. It was pretty cool.
Tommy got mad at me every time I threw a snail back, and he didn't get to throw it
back. That's funny. But just talk about the two of you guys. Talk about how cool it is. What a family deal it is. I mean, everybody that was watching last night, we had a pretty big audience. They got to see it, but there's a lot of people listening right now that I think need to understand what a great deal this is to take a family and do it. So maybe you and Justin can talk about that for a little bit, Joey.
Well, Brent kind of mentioned it in the live feed. For one, it's just mainly it's the experience for the kiddos. When we go take the kids to school or daycare or whatever, they just all day. The teachers told me that all day Jacqueline was just to the point of almost annoyance. They were just talking about how all she could talk about was how she was going lobstering tonight. I'm going lobstering tonight. I'm going lobstering tonight. And just having that is fantastic. Just having them be that excited. And then also I having 3 kids, I do walk around with 35 lobster limits everywhere I go. So that is pretty cool to just have 5 report cards all the time.
Right, and kind of explain to our audience what you're talking about. This is the coolest of all the things that the Department of Fish and Wildlife do to us. This is one of the coolest things they do for us, right, Joey?
Yes, sir, absolutely. So you don't obviously have to get a fishing license for your kid, but you still have to get report cards. So it's a little bit of a gimmick. You just have to create a Go ID for them, create a Go ID account. And then with that Go ID, you can get report cards for all your youngins. I've always made sure that however many lobsters we catch in a night, Jacqueline always gets limited out first. Last year, I think Jacqueline got recorded for 49 lobsters, and we started in January. So she had a better year than I did. I think I caught 28 last year. So Jacqueline's kind of a lobster killer. She's fantastic at it.
And explain to everybody, Joey, you have your own boat. So you're a member of our website, but you also go on Justin's boat. You go on Pablo's boat. Talk about what the difference between taking your boat out and what it's like to go with Justin.
With both of them, just having to not stress about driving the boat and actually getting out to the deck of the boat and engaging with the kids it's a completely different experience for me. Up on the fly bridge, I'm constantly driving, and Zuniga Jetty is usually where we're at, so it's usually very, very active. So it's hard for me to take 3 minutes and go down to the deck of the boat and just kind of talk to everybody and hang out. But with them, it's just 4 or 5 hours of just hanging out, talking with the kids. Krista's not solo wrangling the kids, so she's able to actually pull some hoop nets, which she was just amazed at how awesome it is to just grab the rope. She had never done that before, so and I think she caught 4 or 5 of our keepers last night. She was ecstatic about it this morning. The kids it's all they can talk about right now. So I told them we're going back out tonight, and man, Jacqueline's mad as a dickens that she ain't going out with me.
Yeah, it's gonna be an adults only trip tonight, gang. We're gonna be showing it on YouTube and Instagram. There'll be no feed on Facebook. So if you're not following us on YouTube or Instagram, I would suggest getting over there. Tonight's gonna be an adults only show. So we're not gonna be streaming it on Facebook because there's a possibility that some adult language will be being spoken. So I'm just letting you all know ahead of time. There'll be a disclaimer on the bottom, but you're taking the boys out tonight, right?
Yes, sir. We got 5 other Marines going out. It should be a good time. 4 of them have never even seen Catalina, so they're very, very excited. Matter of fact, I got 3 text messages from them this morning saying, "Dude, that lobster was massive last night. That was crazy. We can get another one tonight." So everybody's Justin set a very dangerous precedent. It seems like everybody is expecting another Lobsterzilla tonight, Justin.
I think Justin and you are in store for a phenomenal night tonight. There is a swell brewing right now, a real swell. And Justin has that Catalina thing kind of figured out pretty well, just like he has Long Beach Harbor. But what has different than what we've seen, Black Calm with a swell tonight. It's going to be pretty amazing, don't you think, Justin?
Yeah, I think it's going to be really, really good. Really, really good. We'll see.
We will all find out together.
Yeah. Like
then-
we've said before, Catalina is a special place, and it's just a phenomenal place to fish, to get on an island, to do all kinds of stuff. And there's a million lobsters there. You'll see.
Yeah. Never been commercial fished on the front side of the island where Justin fishes, which is pretty spectacular. Talk about this picture and how important it was to have that flag there, Joey, and what you got the biggest lobster of the year so far. You got an opportunity to win $1,000 worth of product. That's pretty special, right?
It's fantastic. I just to touch on it a little bit. I'm from Virginia. I'm trying to bridge a steep learning curve. What you guys do out here on the West Coast is just it's a completely different ball game. And your saltwater guide has just really every person I've ever talked to has been fantastic. I've talked to Jason Cutter, Pablo. I haven't had the chance of tapping into the well of knowledge that is Captain Clowers, but Brett last night, it's just everybody there is just so friendly, so fantastic. I've posted a couple videos and a couple pictures in the Your Saltwater Guide app, and it's just every time I'm involved with it, it's such a positive experience. Getting to get out and talk about fishing on the live show right now, everything's just been everybody's professional. They're fantastic. It's Your Saltwater Guide. It's very awesome for me. It holds a good place in my heart because when I was going through a tough time with getting out of the military, it refocused me into going out and getting back out on the water and realizing that fishing was my path to getting some of that happiness back. So Your Saltwater Guide means a lot to me. So it was awesome to get the whole little swag, and just by supporting Your Saltwater Guide, have a chance of winning a gift is phenomenal.
Yeah, thank you so much for the kind words. It's been my honor to be a part of you and your family, and just to just watch all this coolness that's going on with what you're doing from the very beginning. You got involved, you fully got involved, you immersed yourself in the whole process, talking to Justin, talking to Pablo, following along with all those great videos that we have on the website, and it absolutely took that learning curve out of it quick for you, right?
Absolutely. I have a 260 megabyte Excel document that I created of every fishing point you've ever said. I've missed the last 3 weeks. I'm sorry, but every fishing spot y'all talk about, every coordinate y'all put out there, I put it in an Excel spreadsheet, and it's getting pretty long. I can't tell you how many places I have to fish right now.
That is so awesome. And then what about, just for a minute, I know we talk about it too much, but talk about the accessibility to Justin. Isn't it amazing how willing he is to give?
I think Justin's missed my call like 3 times. So I've only called him like 100, but 97% success rate's pretty good, I think. I think he called me back as soon as he got back into cell service. So
yeah,
but it's been awesome. Pablo, I've called him out when we were out on the water. He's put us on fish. I've had Justin come out and guide my boat, and we didn't have a great time catching pelagics, but I mean, bonita, barracuda, calico. It seemed like it was pretty wide open there for a little bit, and learned a lot about what needs to be fixed on my boat, and just understanding how his mind kind of operates as far as looking for birds, looking for this, looking for that. It's checking for current, things like that, things that I never really experienced. Everything's been such a fantastic learning experience. And at this point, nobody's talked down to me. It's all been, hey man, let me show you this real quick. Hey, let me just talk to you about this. None of it's ever been a nose in the air kind of cockiness to it. They want you to understand fishing, and they want you to enjoy the fishing experience.
Thank you so much for the kind words for both me and Justin. So Justin,
Yes, sir.
Justin, you got Joey and his boys on the boat tonight. You got some hardcore Marines coming with you tonight. Are you excited about? I mean, I know you are because you spent the night on the boat. You didn't even go home. So,
Hell yeah. It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait. Especially taking military guys out. That's going to be even better. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully they don't break my hoop nets and stuff pulling them up so fast.
Oh my gosh.
They're Hercules.
Yeah,
No,
well,
it'll be a lot of fun.
Watching Joey and his wife pull those nets up last night, that was pretty impressive. And the kids right there on the edge, just waiting for that thing to clear the rail so they could see what cool stuff mom and dad caught. That was so fun to watch last night. Thank you, Joe, for bringing the kids last night. I mean, we had a huge audience, and most people were just blown away that the children were just involved the whole time. And that's what we're talking about, gang, with these live fishing trips with Justin. What is totally unique compared to what everybody else in the industry is doing, this is forever now. Joey and his family can go and look at these videos. They're available on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. You can go look at those forever. Show all of your friends, family, grandparents. Everybody gets to watch the children engage in this thing. That's what the live thing's all about. It's not always wide open, but the experience is second to none, right, Joey?
Absolutely. But Grandma, Pop, Aunt Julie, and Uncle Ricky got to pop in and watch for a little bit last night, and it just to have them kind of sharing the experience is also just fantastic because otherwise they live in New York. They wouldn't have an opportunity to see these things as often as we do. So them being able to be involved is something that's a fantastic idea and a fantastic work.
And Justin makes it so fun because he's engaged with all the viewers the whole time, gang. So if you haven't seen our live fishing shows yet, if you haven't witnessed it, the really unique thing about it is when the grandmas and grandpas and uncles and aunts and people are jumping on and saying hi, Justin's stopping and telling Joey or telling your wife, hey, grandma and grandpa said this, Uncle Sam said this, whatever. That is so unique. That's never been done before, you guys. All you have normally is you come back from a trip like last night and you have a story to tell, but you don't have to tell the story, Joey. They got to watch it, right?
Absolutely. I had a Marine buddy from Knoxville, Tennessee pop in last night, and I haven't seen him in a year and 6 months, something like that. And he was all excited about the mullet. He doesn't get to see the mullet grow into what it is now. So, it's fantastic.
And then, gang, there's a contest. Joey, myself, and Rylan, we're all working on who's going to have the biggest mullet for the PCS show. So you guys want to come and check that out. We'll measure them on Saturday. You guys better hurry up. You and Rylan better grow that hair. Mine grows extremely fast.
I'll get it working, sir. You see, I have these curls. I'm going to have to straighten my hair out for a length competition, sir.
Yeah, well, we'll try to get Kelly to bring her hair straightener.
Please do. Please do.
Yeah. And then as far as military goes, gang, I am a 110% behind our war heroes, our veterans, anybody that served in the military. I cannot give back enough to all of you. I thank you so much, Joey, from the bottom of my heart. I can't wait to see the guys tonight and interact with them because once I got involved with War Heroes on Water, I got a true meaning of what you guys and gals have done for me. And I can't give back enough. There's not enough of Dave Hansen to give back for what you guys have done for my family and myself. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. And everybody that's watching that's a veteran, thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Brent
What's
Seawolf.
Brent
He
say?
said that's one contest he can never compete in is the mullet.
No.
Yeah, me too, because he's bald like me.
Yeah. Just
No.
found a boat to surf. Are you down on the beach surf fishing, Jason? Yeah, Amanda, you missed out on a great night last night. They had a really good time on the water last night. Well, how come Amanda wasn't watching last night, Justin?
I don't know.
Oh, she says she feels like she missed a good story.
Oh, no. I don't know. I thought her or Rylan would be watching, but maybe not.
All right. Well, gang.
Have YouTube or Instagram tonight.
Yeah,
Oh,
Brian
she fell
Hoffman.
asleep in the car.
Brian
Oh,
Hoffman.
it's an
We
adults
all
only tonight. Rylan's all right to watch though. He'll be all right. He'll get a kick out of it.
Yeah. Rylan hangs out with me and Justin. He'll be okay.
Yeah, he'll be all right with it.
Yeah. Oh, you're getting over it.
Oh, look at Brian. See what Brian Hoffman said?
Yeah, we always
Another
need
boat for
boats.
War Heroes.
We've never had enough boats, Brian. So if you want to call me after the show today, 949-374-0786, I'll hook you up with the guys and you can get in touch with Rod Halprin and you guys can make that happen. Yeah, he did. He got his manhood. Oh, shit. Ryland's been a little man for a while. That elk really had not a lot to do with it. That kid is unbelievable. And you got Ryland's Corner on our website, gang. If you guys haven't checked that out, he's explaining stuff to, kids aren't going to listen to me and Justin, but they will listen to Ryland. And he has a great little section on the website, which is pretty cool. Justin, did you see what Matt Ryan asked?
Did we stop fishing early? No. I have to be back at 10 at the dock. And isn't screwing up because it seems like it's glitching.
No, you're clear. We're hearing you good. We're seeing you good. Everything looks good on my side.
Oh, my thing's glitching.
I think it's yours.
No, I had to be back by 10 on the local trips. So.
And then Jason Cutter, you can go ahead and call in a few seconds here. Hey, Joey.
Yes, sir.
We will see you tonight on the show, buddy. Have fun. Go get some rest. Get ready to go pull a bunch of lobsters tonight.
Absolutely. Very excited about it. See you tonight.
All right, Jason Cutter.
I'll see you tonight, Joey.
You can call in. And then, gang, if you don't know what's going on with Justin, explain to everybody how they can get on your boat and go do this.
So right now I don't have anything available until January. But if you want to come out on my boat, my phone number is 951-703-9442. And we can set you up. And if you're thinking about it and you want to do it, I would get on it sooner than later because I'm booking up like extremely fast right now.
Jason Cutter, what's going on down on the beach? You said like you found a boat?
Yeah. So I don't typically fish early morning, but I called up or emailed Bill Varney, gave me a couple pointers. So I went down to Moonlight Beach this morning before sunrise, and just kind of I saw like a blue, what was like a fuel tank on the beach. I was like, that's kind of weird. And then once the sun started coming up, I saw this boat like way off in the distance along the beach. And then at first I didn't realize it was a boat. It just like was a blob of darkness, And then I was like, that's kind of weird. There's no rocks down there. So I started heading that way. And then there was probably like 40 or 50 life jackets all strewn up and down the beach. And so I was like, okay, I figure out pretty quickly what's going on. So I run up to the boat and just to see if anyone's still in it. And it was like a 25-foot gray boat. It had like a 200 horsepower Mercury on the back or Yamaha or whatever. And so at that point, I called 911, and the Coast Guard, not the Coast Guard, the lifeguards show up and, just start asking a couple questions. And then Homeland Security shows up, and then the lifeguard made it sound like this is not extremely rare occurrence. But he said, yeah, he's like, everyone gets involved. Like, they got to call the Coast Guard. Then, like I said, Homeland Security shows up, and it's pretty wild, wasn't really expecting that.
Yeah.
What kind of outboard was it?
I think it was a Yamaha, and the boat was getting beat up really bad in the surf. It actually ended up breaking off, and then the boat started to come down the beach, like basically a downhill current, and the boat started breaking up, and there was shoes on the beach, water bottles, and kind of interesting time. I wasn't really expecting that.
Yeah.
Dang. I would have scored a nice Yamaha 200 out of that.
Yeah, I was keep this thing at this point, but I don't think you wanted. The boat flipped over, and then, like I said, the motor ended up breaking off of it. And
Oh.
Still down there if you want it. I don't know what they do at this point.
No.
You better come down there with a little crane. Those things aren't light.
No, 700 pounds.
The fishing wasn't all that great. It was just kind of too much seaweed. I kept getting caught in the seaweed. But that is what it is.
What does that swell look like? Was it a big swell?
Yeah, it was kind of rough. I mean, I could hear it as soon as I got out of the car. It was I'd say 3-4 feet.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. That's why Justin's so excited. Big swell tonight.
Yeah.
It's going to be good fishing at Catalina. It's going to be.
Yeah.
And that's probably why you had so much seaweed and stuff in the surf, because we haven't had this for so long. All that growth is getting ripped off the bottom with the swell. So it's going to take a couple days for that to clean up for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Matt Ryan.
Last weekend I went to the artificial reefs with Darren, and I hope he calls up and gives the whole report. But that was the first time I've ever fished the artificial reefs, and it was tons of fun. I caught my first sheep's head.
Isn't that magical that stuff is there for us? People don't understand the artificial reefs were built by us, for us. And most people don't even know they're there or even take advantage of all the fish that live there. You guys had 20 some different kinds of fish, right?
Yeah, it was a lot. I got caught in the rocks a couple of times on some big ones, had to basically break it off. But they're super close, and there's Darren can tell you exactly, but I think we tried 8 different spots or so. We had the chum tube going, and we were anchoring up. Sometimes and then we completely lost current at one point, and then it kind of got slower at that point. But funny story. So I'm sitting at the boat launch ramp in Dana Point, and just waiting for Darren to get there, and this guy's about to put his boat in, and he goes, what's your plan today? I'm like, we're going to fish the artificial reefs, and I've never done it before, so, I'm excited. I was like, well, what are you going to do? He's like, I'm just going to go find a sport boat. He's like, and I'll just fish around that person or fish around them. And I go, okay. He goes, yeah, they don't really like it, but, that's kind of what I'm going to do today. And I was like, oh, okay, have fun with that. And then it was really foggy, so he probably had a hard time fishing for boats because that was his plan. And then, fast forward, we get the boat out of the water at 2 p.m. or no, it's 1 o'clock or so. And I see this guy again. He's got his boat on the trailer, and I'm about to pull out. I got to ask this guy. So I roll down my window. I'm like, hey, how'd you do today? He goes, I didn't see anything. I'm like, okay, see you later. I guess that's what you get when we just fish for boats.
Absolutely. We talk about it on the show all the time. If you want to go out and watch people fishing, that's a great opportunity to do it. But one thing you'll see when you go on Justin's boat or you watch the live shows with Justin, 99% of the time you don't see any other boats around Justin, right, Justin?
Yeah, no, and there weren't any boats around us. Like, I mean, I think we saw one boat way off in the distance at one point, but no one was fishing around us. We had these artificial reefs, and they're easy to find at this time of year because they got the lobster hoop nets. The commercial guys have them. I mean, you still gotta be mindful of the drift and stuff like that. You don't want to get tangled in their stuff, but yeah, I was pretty surprised at how close they were, and it's fun too if you're fishing light line. We had at least three poles going at all times, and then at one point we had a triple hookup. Darren got a super nice calico. His son got a nice calico. I think that they were both keepers. Darren's definitely was. And then I was filming him. I was filming them with my phone, and then I start reeling in, and then I was hooked up. And you realize it.
Pretty cool stuff, right?
Yeah, super fun.
And the unique thing about that artificial reef system, Jason, is really if you go to any other website out there, they don't even talk about them. There's no tutorials about how to fish them. There's no information on what it's all about or how it was all put together or anything like that. So not that I can't say it enough, but I believe in my heart that there's so much information on our website because of great captains like Justin and Pablo and Al that are putting together all this phenomenal information to put the icing on the cake for the foundation that I built. That we're second to none.
Yeah.
There's nothing like us out there. There's nothing. If people don't understand until they go and they look at the website and then they go, I had no idea there was all this information. Well, Justin and I talk about it every week. We're trying to get you all to go on there, not because it's going to change where Justin and I live or change what we eat, but it's going to definitely change what you catch. Right, Justin?
100%. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Information is the key to this whole fishing thing. That's why you're a member of Bill Barney's bundles on the website, Jason, because you when you go surf fishing, you want to catch something, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's a wealth of knowledge for sure. Super helpful.
And that's the same thing for when you get on a boat and go fishing. And like John Stanley said, the number one thing that we've taught everybody is anchor. Most people spend the day out there drifting. You go next time Justin's fishing at Catalina or fishing on the coast, watch how many times Justin anchors. Do you think he's just anchoring because he has nothing else to do and he likes working that winch out every day? No.
I'm just trying to piss off Anthony is what I'm trying to do.
I think fishermen are lazy, and especially if you're pulling off the anchor by hand. People probably just don't really try it, so they don't really think about it. But because if you have current, you're gonna drift right over the spot, and then you're off the fish. And some of these spots aren't that big, so the fish could be there. But if you're not gonna put the bait in front of them by anchoring up, you'll just drift by them, and then probably won't catch anything that way.
Right. Well, hey,
Definitely
Jason,
get appreciation for that.
Thank you for calling in. Matt Ryan, is there any way you can call in and talk about those lobsters you caught on Wednesday night or Thursday night? You were out there fishing. You had a phenomenal night with the guys out on the water. Jason, thanks for calling, buddy. Talk to you later.
Yeah, no problem. All right.
See you,
Matt,
Jason.
if you want to call in, go ahead. You okay, Justin?
Yeah.
All right.
So someone asked earlier about whenever I go local lobstering, do I always go for threshers? The answer is no. It costs not a whole lot more money, but it costs more money. Around, I don't know, about $130 more for me to go for threshers. So if you want to go for threshers, there is a fee on top of it. You can pay the fee and we'll go for threshers as well. But threshers is just like fishing. Sometimes we get them, sometimes we don't. And sometimes we get multiple of them at a time. Last night, there was a lot of red tide everywhere. So the thresher fishing in red tide is not that great. I've never seen a thresher caught in red tide, so good luck. But yeah, That's all I gotta say.
No, it isn't. You got a lot to say. Don't.
I don't want to get myself in trouble.
Here's Matt
There you
Ryan.
go.
Yeah. Matt, good morning.
Hey, Dave. Hey, Justin.
How are
Hey.
you, my friend?
Good. How you guys doing?
Good. Tell us about your hoop netting trip.
Oh, it was good. Not as good as Justin. I'm a little jealous. He said he was in the same zone I was in, so he pulled up a lot. We only got about 4, but we got 60 of those rock crabs. So it was
Did you
cool.
see? Did you see? I didn't pull up a single rock crab last night.
Yeah, it was
That
weird.
was weird.
But I probably caught
Really
them all,
weird.
so you didn't have to worry about them.
Oh, gotcha. I was wondering also. I was like, dang, that's kind of weird because normally I pull them up, and this year I've been pulling them up every single time more than lobsters, and I don't know, really weird.
Yeah, and I noticed the big ones that you got, they were singles in the hoops, and that was the same thing for us when we were catching them.
Yeah. So where you were, I don't want to say where we were, but where you were, I was up the break wall at that other spot.
I got you.
And maybe I don't know, what was it, like 300 yards up from where you were?
Okay.
So at that
All
other
right.
structure.
Yeah, we had 2 average size ones, and then we had 2 big ones like Justin had. But it was weird because they were just all by themselves in there, and then all the other hoops around them were empty.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of people watching, and Lisa, I would say Dana Point, if you want to catch 1 million short lobsters, Dana Point's going to be on fire tonight. If you want to try to catch some legal lobsters, I would start, gang, all of you that are watching, that are members and are part of the website, I would start really starting to focus on Long Beach, LA Harbor, because now with the swell, there's weather. I'm going to Tahoe tomorrow. I'm leaving, and just in time. It's going to snow 12 inches today at my son's house, just in time. So I had to buy a pair of shoes. I just bought a pair of shoes this morning and having them mailed to his house, because I'll be damned if I'm going to have a pair of shoes in Cabo. But I think that the weather, everything's about to change. The swell, I think that Long Beach Harbor, and Justin and I will tell all of you, it's always better at the end of the season than it is in the beginning of the season. It's always better. So Lisa, I would definitely hit that Huntington Beach, or excuse me, Long Beach Harbor. I don't know if you're saying boat parade. I don't really know what you guys talk about. I'm not really paying attention, but Dana Point.
There's a Christmas boat parade.
Oh,
tonight.
Okay. All right. Dana Point's the best for the boat parade. You got 9 of these bitchin' sport boats that are owned by my family in the parade. So I'm always going to say that's the best.
So as far as lobsters, like you've heard Dave said before, historically, Long Beach, like we can't count last year, okay? We can't count last year. Last year was weird.
Anomaly.
Yeah. So normally Long Beach in the beginning is slow. Normal, like as in you catch 1 or 2 a night, and that's a great, phenomenal night. San Diego, on the other hand, in the beginning is normally good in the beginning. At the end of the season, San Diego slows down and Long Beach speeds up, and you catch a whole bunch more in the Long Beach, LA Harbor. So historically, that's normally how it goes. Last year was just awkward. It was really weird.
And then Matt.
Well, I got to try to get out there and get the Promar 24 competition going. I'm trying to win that thing.
And Matt, talk about, just for me and Justin for a minute, talk about what it's like when you call Justin or me and you ask for lobster spots, which for me, gang, this is unheard of. And Matt's got no percentage of the company or anything. He's just going to be honest. All he's got is his honesty. What's it like when you call Justin and ask him for some lobster spots?
Yeah, you guys just say go out there and figure it out on your own. No, I'm kidding. No, you guys are super helpful. I appreciate it. You always give me a good zone, a good advice on when I'm out there. You tell me like landmarks to look for on land or in the water, so I know I'm in the right zone. You send me the locations. It's awesome. I appreciate it.
Is there another website that you would suggest going to get information like that? Or all the other owners of all the other websites, they answer the phone every time you call them?
No way. And you know, just like I think Joey said, like, even if you call Justin or you and, you know, you go to voicemail or whatever, you guys always call back or you text or anything. I know you guys are busy all the time, so it's incredible how you guys interact with us. So it's really cool.
Thank you very, very much.
I forget sometimes.
You got about
But yeah, you're busy. Everybody understands.
you got about 9 million things going on. You know me, I don't got nothing going on, so I just wait patiently by the phone for someone to call me to talk to me.
We were out. Rylan and I were out elk hunting. Well, Rylan, Luke, and I were out elk hunting last week, and we're sitting there waiting and waiting. And all of a sudden, I forgot to turn down my phone. My phone. I was like, "Oh crap! It's super loud out there." And one of the Your Saltwater Guide members is calling me. I'm like, "Off, off." My buddy looks over at me like, "Really? You couldn't turn your dang phone off?"
Yeah, you're probably like, yeah, it's Matt Ryan again.
No, it was Greg. I'm all telling who it is. It was Greg calling me.
Yeah, and you know what, Matt? It's like if one of you and when you guys come to the PCS show, I'll let you check out my phone or my email. You will see we have over 4,000 members, gang. Justin, Pablo, Al, and I, we interact with every single person. We never want to not talk to you about this thing. We want you to be successful. And Brian Hoffman, absolutely. If you want to check out our website, I give everybody a free look. I want no one to buy something they don't know what it is or they don't want it. The last thing I want is to buy something I don't want. So I never make anybody buy it unless they've already looked at it and they can tell if it's going to work for them, because let's be perfectly honest. There's actually people out there that don't like me. I know it's hard to believe, right, Matt Ryan?
Yeah, you know, they're I don't know, they don't know what they're talking about. You know, they've never talked to you. They only form their opinion based on what they see, maybe off of one thing you said on a video one time. But if they gave you the chance and called you and talked to you, they'd see that you're, you know, the kind of guy that wears your heart on your sleeve. You want to help everybody, and the main thing, you want to help the industry. You want to keep fishing alive. You don't want this thing going on where they're trying to close sand bass and increase the size limit of white sea bass and all the stuff that you mentioned the other day. You know, we need guys like you to get out there and, you know, have your voice and talk to these people.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm trying. And yeah, if you guys are just watching my 1-minute videos and forming an opinion around those, you have to remember, I get paid by the comments and the views. So every one of my 1-minute videos you're watching, there's a reason why I use the words I use in there, because I want a reaction. I'm not posting videos because I got nothing else to do all day. I'm posting videos because that's how I make my living. Yeah, I know a lot of you can't wrap your head around that. You don't understand this whole influencer thing, but because of the internet, because of social media, I have a really cool lifestyle. So when you hear me talking on these 1-minute videos, it's every word I say requires a response. There's a reason for that. You respond, you make a comment, Kelly and I get more money. I'm sorry if you didn't understand what I'm doing. Now you know I pulled the blanket off. Now you can see what's really going on. The how to tie up the boat video, you guys can't even comprehend. If I told you how much money that how to tie up the boat video has made, you would all, first of all, you tell me I'm a liar. And then second of all, you go, how? You've all seen it 100 times. And the verbiage in there is the reason why everyone needs to react. It's pretty funny.
Oh, Lisa, if you can message me a couple days before the trip, because I'll never remember. I'll bring some elk to make.
Ooh,
on the trip.
Yeah. Some of Ryland's elk, because Justin didn't get one. Ryland makes sure to point that out to us every time.
Yeah.
So you'll get to eat some of Ryland's elk, Lisa.
Yeah.
And John Stanley, Justin and I told you what to do. Every time you see those guys slip in the water, be the snitch. Call the harbor patrol, call the lifeguards, call whoever. They're not supposed to be swimming around in there, especially around our hoop nets. Don't sit
John,
on
so if you and everyone watching, if you want to in on a little secret, all you have to do is go on to channel 16 and ask for the just go on channel 16 and ask for Harbor Patrol in what is it, San Pedro? Harbor Patrol San Pedro. And then they're gonna tell you to go to a different station. Once you go on that station, just tell Harbor Patrol they see suspicious activity inside the water. There's someone diving right in front of wherever you're talking about. And they're going to be over there faster than you calling 911 anywhere. They're going to be there in a second. And then those people are going to get arrested or cited. And it's going to be pretty funny to watch. And make sure you video it and send it to Dave because it's going to get 1 million views. Because it is illegal to dive in Long Beach and LA Harbor. It is illegal. And I think the number one reason is the safety. Look at what happened just the other day over in, I don't even know where it was. I think it was mid-channel. 2 divers became missing. So because of this, it's a safety issue inside the harbor. It's so active out here that it's illegal to dive out here. You have to be on the breakwall or out further.
And law enforcement doesn't want to not take care of that problem. I mean, these guys are breaking the law. Matt Ryan, it's way funner to go get people that are actually engaged in the act of breaking the law at the time that they're breaking it than to hear about it later down the line, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's
but
what I thought.
I was out there that night that guy went missing, and there were a lot of big ships, going in and out throughout the night, and I was thinking maybe he got sucked up by one of those things and chopped up by their propellers or something. I don't know, but there was a bunch of ship activity going on that night.
Why do you think there's a lot of thresher sharks out there?
Yeah,
all the chum.
They like
Yeah.
You go diving, you're gonna become chum.
Oh my gosh.
Just imagine all that suction that one of those propellers that are like 25 feet long have. If you're in the water, you're gonna get sucked up right into that right away.
And I think you're right, John Stanley, back there in the back part of Mission Bay, back there where they have all the camping and all that stuff. But I think when you get by the Ingram Bridge and all that area coming out where you guys are fishing, I can't imagine for the life of me that that's legal to dive in there where you got all those people, all those sport boats and all those other boats and all the tour boats and party boats and boat parade boats and everything driving around. I can't believe for a second that it's okay to dive in there. I would be blown away. But fishing wildlife, they don't really know the real rules of diving and swimming in a harbor. That'd be law enforcement, like Justin said, the Harbor Patrol, the lifeguards, the Coast Guard, Homeland Security. Those are the people that are watching that area. I'm sorry, those of you that are doing it and you're like, oh, you guys are snitches. Well, stop doing it. Quit swimming around our hoop nets, you big babies. That's got to be the most chicken crap way to get a lobster. Brent, could you even imagine jumping in the water and going looking for people's hoop nets? Oh my gosh.
Brent is an ethical diver where he's not going to be diving where other people are. He likes to go out and find his own.
Right.
And I mean, unfortunately, everyone else not everyone, but a lot of divers have become lazy and decided, let's go dive where these other boats are. Seems like a safe area with propellers spinning all over the place. And let's dive down and go into their hoop nets and pull out lobsters. And unfortunately, it happens all the time, every night.
Plus,
One thing we did see last night, though, or we didn't see actually, was other hoop netters. We only seen 2 other boats out last night. It's Friday night. Like, where is everybody? Is there no one looking for lobsters now? What's going on? I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, like I said, I think it's because it's slow in the beginning of the season, so everybody gives up and they just there ain't no lobsters left. They start posting on the boards and they quit going, which is good for me and you. Yay. Stop going.
Yeah. Yep.
But I
Really
can't imagine that it's legal for them to dive in there. Plus, they're supposed to have a dive flag and something to mark where they are. You can't just go nilly-willy free diving and swimming around when there's a bunch of boats and traffic. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what the answer is, John Stanley, but getting involved with them doesn't work. It turns into a big yelling match and no one wins. Everybody's blood pressure gets high and nothing happens. They're going to keep stealing lobsters out of your hoop nets. They're not jumping in the water where your hoop nets are because they're not going to poach your hoop nets. That's the only reason why they're in the water where your hoop nets are.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Matt Ryan still with us?
No, he hung up. He said he'd had enough of your shit. Oh,
okay.
Sorry. Everybody gets free stuff.
He'll write me a ticket later.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, Renee. It's slow. Gang, I want you to understand, Justin's going live tonight. He's going to be at Catalina. It's going to be a grown-up show. If you're not watching us on YouTube, then you're going to miss tonight's show because it's not going to be on Facebook because Facebook's super into not letting us see. So we're going to be live on Instagram. We're going to be live on YouTube. It's going to be a grown-up show. Understand, I know we pride ourselves on the language thing. There's probably going to be a little bit of language tonight on the show. There's not going to be any nudity, but there'll be some adult language. Right, Justin?
Maybe nudity. Everyone's going to be wearing your Saltwater Guide thong tonight, except for me.
Woo! Good.
So
A lot of stuff going on tonight. I can't wait for all those Marines to model my thong. So, gang, make sure you're following us on YouTube. Follow us on YouTube. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. And then Deckhand Ryland's going to be going into Christmas vacation here. Hopefully he makes some more videos for us so we can post them on Ryland's Corner and start getting more activity over on Deckhand Ryland's Facebook page. He had so much fun during the summer when you guys all went over there and followed him. So let's keep that dream alive. Let's get him a bunch of new followers. Let's follow Deckhand Ryland on Facebook. It's kind of fun to watch him. He is a character. And he has an accent, too, that you guys haven't heard. If you don't know what we're talking about, when you hear Deckhand Ryland talk, you're like, where'd that accent come from?
What did Steve Duncan say? Who am I taking out tonight? A bunch of Marines.
A
whole bunch of Marines.
Keep us all safe.
Yep. Absolutely.
You have an open party trip on the 22nd?
Yeah. It's it's gonna be John Stanley and Tina, Lisa, and her dad.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's full up. No reason to talk about that trip. You got anything else this month?
Yeah, but my phone is right there.
Yeah, no, I understand.
And I can't see it. But yeah, I'm booked up this month. So if you want on, next month.
There you
Next
go.
month I have dates.
January, February, and March are phenomenal months to go hooping. And then remember, March, he's going to have to shut it down the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. There'll be no trips. There's going to be no trips. We're going to be at the PCS show. We may do that like we did last year, which would be kind of exciting. Kelly and I go fishing with Justin and bring some guest celebrity appearance, maybe get Amir to come again, something like that. I don't know. We'll see what's going on by then. It's going to be hectic. It's going to be wild. It's going to be a phenomenal show. We're going to be so overwhelmed with all of you because we've grown about, what did Elliot tell me? We grew like 600% since last year's show. So there'll be a couple of people in the booth. It's going to be pretty fun. It's going to be pretty spectacular. And we'll have
Yep.
the measuring of the mullet contest between me and Joey and Rylan on Saturday.
Well, yeah, I guess up on stage, you guys can do a contest of who has the best looking mullet.
Yeah. I'm getting my hair trimmed today. It's going to go real short, but the mullet's going to be in full effect. I'm going to be the 63-year-old man with the biggest mullet in the show. But gang, I want to make sure you tune in tonight. Justin, what time you thinking you might go live so these guys can schedule it on their schedule to watch you?
What time did I go last night?
Like 6:30.
Maybe I'll go. Well, I don't even know what time it gets dark right now. So I'll go live about 45 minutes after it gets dark. So 6:30ish, 6 o'clock, right around there. It all depends what time we get there, what time we set everything up, what we do, and I don't have an exact set time. So stay tuned between 6 and 6:30 of us going live. And Lisa and John Stanley, I see John asking about which one are we doing. Are we going local or Catalina? It's up to you guys what you want to do, local or Catalina on the 22nd.
Nice. It could be going full rack in Long Beach by then.
Yeah. If we get some rain soon, it's gonna go open up like crazy out here. So yep.
This has been a wonderful morning show, Justin. Thanks for being involved. I know you're super busy. You're tired. I woke you up, as a matter of fact, to come on here. So thank you very much. Everybody that's watching the show, I'm going to throw this out here. We have a special opportunity. We no longer have a sponsor for this show on Saturdays. It's the only thing we have open. Everything else is sponsored up. The live shows, we don't have any room on those for any more sponsors. And the rest of the week is fully sponsored out. Saturday, we opened up opportunity. If you guys have a company and you want to sell some product, we get in front of about 30 million people a month. Go buy a Google ad to get you in front of 30 million people. Let me know how much that costs. Think about that. This opportunity is going to go quick. Someone's going to grab this, and they're going to grab that Saturday morning fish report. Think about it. If you have a company, it doesn't even matter what you sell, because if you watch Justin live, we have yacht brokerage, we have plumbing companies, we have roofing companies, we have whatever your company sells. Could you imagine getting in front of a whole bunch of new customers? Every single person that watches us and every single person that follows us has a home, lives in a house, drives a car, buys tires, buys roofs, buys food. Could you imagine if you had a food company? There's just too many opportunities. Saturday morning's wide open for somebody.
So just on Facebook alone, to get you in front of 5,000 people, this is just Facebook, nowhere else. 5,000 people, it's $150 a month. That's to get you in front of 5,000 people. 10,000 people would be $300 a month, and so on and so on. So the shows, like the live shows that we do, you're going to hit that in just one show, one time a week, each week, just on Facebook alone. Not in counting Instagram, YouTube, and everything else. So.
Right.
Pretty damn good.
And like Justin, when you talk to most influencers, they're viral on one platform. And that's great. And we're proud of them. Think about this though. This 63-year-old man and this your saltwater guide business, Justin and I are very proud of, and Elliot, we built this thing from the bottom up. We're viral on every single platform available. Think about that, gang. That's pretty amazing. And then these live fishing shows, we're getting like 20 to 30,000 views a night on these things. This is all places where you can sell your product. We're not begging you. I guarantee you Saturday is going to get taken by somebody, and you're going to be standing there going, gosh, I wish I would. You have no idea what we even charge, gang. All you got to do is call me. I think you'll be blown away by the numbers. Give me a call, 949-374-0786 if you want to increase your sales. Justin, thanks for being with us. We'll see you in a few hours, around 6:30, something like that. Whatever time it gets dark at Catalina, that's when you'll see him. Unless there's some really spectacular craziness going on before that, then he'll jump on before.
You know what though? I wanted to try something new. Hold on one second. Sorry.
Yeah.
So
no, keep going.
if we get the Catalina on time and I get the nets out, I want to try pulling the nets before it gets dark and see what we get.
Okay.
Why not? So then maybe we'll go earlier than expected.
And you never got that net from Brian. He never brought it down to you, huh?
No.
And that's a good question for Fish and Wildlife. Maybe they'll be on your boat tonight. You never know. You're due for a good inspection from Fish and Wildlife. It's going to happen one night in Catalina. We haven't got to have it. 2 years now. We haven't got
live.
To see it.
Not live. Coast Guard doesn't even pull me over anymore. They literally see. I had Coast Guard pull up to me the other day, right behind my boat, in my wake. They seen my boat, hauled butt over there, came into my wake to go pull me over, and then they just drove away. And I was like, "What? What are you guys doing?"
They're like, we're watching live on the show.
I know they drove up and seen who it was. Like, okay, we're out of here. It's so funny.
It's pretty bitchin'.
So I don't know. And I thought they looked at my inspection sticker on the side of my boat, but they weren't even on that side. They were on the other side of the boat. And I was like, all right, see you later. Bye.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then John Stanley and Lisa, they said it's up to me where we want to go. That is what I like to hear. Because when it gets closer to the time, I'll figure out where's best to go.
Yeah, you will.
Lisa, unfortunately tonight, there's going to be a maxed out people, so I can't take anyone else. Sorry. If there was only 5 guys going, then I can do it, but unfortunately I can't.
Do you have are you taking Anthony tonight?
Anthony is trying to make it. He wants to go so bad tonight.
Right.
He has his heart for military, so I gotta go on this trip. So he's gonna try.
Nice. Well, we're excited. We can't wait to see it. It's gonna be a long day waiting to see this.
Yep. They have your info for boarding.
Thank you all very much for watching our show on Saturday mornings. I appreciate all of you. Hopefully, those of you that go fishing this week, listen, every Saturday, I need you guys to call in and talk about what you caught. It's very, very simple. It's very, very easy. Call me and let me know what you caught. Come online with me and Justin on Saturday mornings and let us know what's going on out of the water, how much fun you're having, what you're catching. It's going to be the same exact thing next Saturday morning. We need some of you to call. The only difference is I'm going to be sitting in the snow in Tahoe. Also, Monday, tomorrow I'm flying up to San Diego with Kelly Girl. She's going with me to San Diego. We're going to have dinner with Captain Al Clowers, and Kelly's flying back to Cabo to take care of Marley. And I'm going to keep on going on Monday up to Tahoe to be with my grandbaby and my son and his beautiful baby mama. And we're going to go late. We're going to go at 6:00 on Monday. Do you have a trip Monday, Justin?
No.
Okay. So I'll be live Monday at 6:00 Pacific Standard Time, Monday night. So that's why we're not live at noon, because I'll be on an airplane at noon.
I think I have four trips next week. I have to look on the calendar, but I know Paul is on there, and I don't even know what date it is. I think the open party's next week and some other ones. So, right. I wanted to say another thing. Well, maybe this isn't the so if you're gonna book me and you're watching the show right now, don't book me through the other site. Book me directly, because all your saltwater guide people come first, and that's all I'm gonna say. Book me directly. I don't want to say who or anything, because I don't want to.
No, exactly. Just call Justin. Call him. Don't be afraid to call him.
Book me directly. Don't book me through any fishing site or anything. Just book me directly.
Book him on the internet.
Yeah. Because once you mention your saltwater guide, you're gonna come first before anything else. So just to let you know.
Yes, yes.
So everyone knows I just canceled someone that booked me through the other site when they mentioned, not because they mentioned it, but I canceled it because I had other things to do. But then they mentioned that they were your saltwater guide, so I got in contact with them and booked them for that day.
Nice.
So just book me directly. Don't book me through the fishing site, please.
There you go. Yep. It's better to call them up and talk to them anyway, so you can figure out what the heck you want to do. Way better than getting on the internet and booking. I know people are afraid to talk to each other, but we're not afraid to talk to you over here on our site. All right, everybody. Once again, thank you very much for a great day.